I am Bob Gay.
Nadine Gay.
Been attending Encounter Community Church for almost a little over 7 years.
Married almost 27 in November.
A couple more
14th.
weeks will be 27 years. Me personally, I was raised in a Christian home. Got out of high school and went out and did everything my mom and dad and the Lord doesn't want you to do for 7 or 8 years. Returned home and I was really convicted, working really hard with the Lord and myself and getting my life straightened up and finally meeting this wonderful woman.
Because we met at a Christian Bible study for young adults back in Chicago area. I always knew Christ, loved the Lord my whole life, just didn't understand what it meant, that He was my all in all, that I could fully trust in Him, that it was, I was very depressed as a child, and until I came to fully accept Christ, that He was fully my Savior, did I understand any of that. It's about 11 years ago, we were a part of another church in Illinois area. We got involved with a couples group, another Bible study that was at a friend's home. We're loving just doing fellowship with other families.
Another small home group.
At the time, I think I was really depressed still. I've really gone through a journey of just depression my whole life, which was just a challenge at that time, just trying to really accept who I was. My daughter and I were driving to a doctor's office because she broke her pinky playing basketball.
Olivia was just old enough to be sitting in the passenger seat. She asked her mom, she goes, "Hey mom, would it be okay if I sat in the passenger seat?" And
which was the first time ever.
She was at the right height and right weight and everything, so she was sitting in the passenger seat.
So here we're going for one thing, and we were teed by a cement truck.
Threw Nadine, she was in a minivan, threw it into a ditch. It didn't roll. Ripped the whole passenger side off the vehicle. Olivia's door was off and her foot was on the grass. She was just sort of hanging in the passenger seat.
Verse that went through my head right after the impact was when I looked over at her and I saw her hanging out of our car. She's 11, very little, skinny. Was, "God, you only give us what we can handle. And if I just cause this, I can't handle that." And I looked over at her and honestly kind of slapped her, and she just, boom, moved, came to, and looked right at me and said, "Mom, I broke my neck." She broke her C2, which was second vertebrae down from your skull. She had to go through a halo. I was devastated. Our church family came and just held us up. That's the only way I could say it. We had so many people in her hospital room afterwards that they couldn't even fit us all. And the hospital was just so overwhelmed by the love that our church family showed us that was just unbelievable. Through that time, I was one of the first times in my life where I think I really started hearing the Lord's voice, really talking me through it. Like after, when we went in to go in the room, after she had the halo put on, I was commenting to Him later, and it really taught us to talk and communicate better, I think. And just whatever I was feeling, I was going to share it, no matter how stupid it sounded, crazy.
We had a lot of issues throughout our marriage. We did feel, why the heck are we going through all this stuff? But it's for times like these, issues that we had in our past to help us teach our kids. One word that would describe the event that we went through is endurance. Learning to live the race, because we're not guaranteed a life of bed of roses. Life would be boring, I think.
The word that's been in my heart for a long time now has been just a rock, to keep holding strong to my rock. And that no matter, as a rock can hit you, it's gonna hurt. But at the same time, if you're holding on to a firm foundation, it's going to keep you grounded. And no matter how many times we've struggled as a couple, Christ just keeps bringing me back to that He is my rock.